Hey Motley crew. So I want to give a brief explanation of what light language is. As always, opening up this sacred space, may I be a clear channel of the highest truth, with clarity rooted in love, for your insight, guidance, and healing today. Light language, because I did some light language in my last video. And I realized not everyone may know what that is. It may just seem like this strange thing that I just did. And again, if you are new here, I always forget to introduce myself. I'm dibia, nchedochukwu. I do many things. I am many things. I'm here to help heal, guide, teach you in the process of you becoming your authentic self, to be fully into your divine true essence and live your best life. Spiritual teacher, healer, energy master, dibia, moi, traditional Igbo medicine person, oracle, diviner, and many things. Check the bio down below. Down below, I'm also a coach, so if you ever want to book a session or spiritual guidance, whatever you need, down below. Back to light language though. Light language. I'm feeling called to give more information about that. So light language. Everything has soul, right? Everything has soul. And I've talked about this before. Everything has spirit and energy. Everything. And because of that, everything has a language from the soul that bypasses the mind and logic. Is a language from the heart that can be understood by the heart. Some call it the language of the first peoples. It's interesting because I'm going back to the Bible, y'all. The Bible mentioned that there was one point in time where everyone spoke the same language. Everyone understood each other. I reckon that was light language, because the thing about light language is it is felt. And as it is felt, you understand it because you're feeling it from the soul, from the heart. You don't need the mind. In many origin myths of the world, there was a thought that the world started with sound. A bang, which is a sound. The Big Bang. And so sound, our sound carries, when we are tapped into the soul, a vibration frequency that is unique to us. And each and everything has a soul language. Many cultures, for thousands of years, us as ancient peoples, we used this language. Some may know of it in South America, where the curanderos sing the songs of the plants of ayahuasca, of tobacco, peyote, do icaros. Icaros is the songs that the curanderos, the healers, learn from the plants themselves. These plants are teaching them their soul song. So then when you ingest that plant and they sing that soul song, it is activated within you and it heals. Taking it to the church, we see light language in the form of pastors and people speaking tongues. You hear that person speaking tongues and you don't know why, but it just feels like it's touching a part of you inside. That is light language. There are many instances of light language from around the world, and those are just two I want to highlight. An example in which it's been used in antiquity and how it's been used in modern times. Because we are humans are much, much older than Christianity. And so everything has a soul song. Plants, animals. You have a soul song. You can learn how to channel your light language, your soul song. And the reason it's called light language is because it is that which is associated with your highest light, with the soul. And just like everything has soul songs, so do cosmic beings. And so on occasion, I may channel, because I am a spiritual channel, I channel many things. I channel my higher self, which is my direct connection and expression of the God self, of the Great Spirit. I may channel the cosmic beings that I am associated with, who work with me. They too have soul songs. And the purpose of these light language, and it's not just songs, first of all. It's not just songs that light language can be seen in. It is seen through songs, which is, using the power of voice and vibration to make shifts and change in our being in the world. But it can come through in the form of dance, in the form of music, in the form of symbols, in the form of art. Ancestrally, my people had a form of writing called ndbc, and there were certain symbols that had such immense amount of power that they had to be kept secret. The soul song of those symbols, the light language that existed within those symbols, were so powerful, they had to keep it secret. Another example of light language in the form of symbols is Reiki. Reiki healing, the founder, or rather I'd say the person who it was birthed through, Dr. Usui, was given light language in the form of symbols to heal. One day he went to the mountains and he was fasting and praying, and it was given to him. It was something was channeled to him by spirit. And he took those symbols and was able to create the system of Reiki, which, depending on the symbols you draw, activates the transmission, the channeling of light language in the form of healing through the hands for people. That is one way light language is seen in the form of symbols. So you said, I just mentioned language, like song, spoken word, symbols, and there's also movement. Many traditional healers and medicine people used movement and dance, allowing themselves to be in trance, to allow the spirit, the Great Spirit, to go within them. And as it went within them, every part of their movement, like I'm doing now, every part of their movement was imbued with light language. And so as you saw that person dancing and you saw that movement, you felt the energy of it, an expression of it. You felt it on the soul, in the soul. And so the purpose of light language not only is for healing, it's the transmission of information, activation of the soul, remembering of who you are, deep energetic cleansing. It is the language of the soul. And because it's the language of the soul, our energy and our energetic body can be greatly impacted by light language. I just got this book by a master healer, and I forget his name, whose lineage came from the lineage of Tao, and he talked about light language, but he called it the Tao song. And how there were groups of people, when he learned it for himself, who were doing these Tao songs and learning how to channel not only their own soul song, but the Tao song, the song of the Tao. Because everything, remember, has a soul, everything has spirit, so everything has a soul song. So you can channel the Tao, you can channel the light language or the soul song of a concept, which is crazy, right? It's not crazy as in like crazy, but like, wow, that's possible. So yes, I just got this book about, his journey into doing that and using that as a form of healing, which is so interesting. So the point of this is to just explain that although I call it light language or soul song, it is everywhere and has been everywhere since the beginning of time. It is inherent to who we are as people because we all have a soul. And that is why when you're hearing it, whether it be from me or someone else, you feel it. Again, if you're not feeling it, you might want to check, either a resistance to it, because again, everything has energy. So if your energy is like resisting it, like, nah, it's going to push it away. And just because you don't feel it now doesn't mean it's not going to help you, or it's not that it's working. So I also want to point that out. And so light language, soul song, as I use it currently, through using the power of sound and vibration, frequency, it's for the purpose of healing, of soul activation, of cleansing, and also to help harness different spirits. So on my TikTok, I do help harness different spirits depending on the readings I have. So I'll do a collective reading, and if the message is like, yo, the collective is really struggling because they're feeling empty inside, because they're feeling lost and they don't know where to go, I might call in the spirit of dreams and channel that light language out. So whoever hears it within their soul, it has activated their deepest desires, the dreams that they used to hold close but that they've forgotten, the things that their inner child wanted to do and be before the world got to them. So you may be hearing some light language I'll be using on this channel, just depending on if I'm called to do it or not, right? Because I'm a channel. So if spirits like they need some light language, they need a soul song, I will do that. And I like to make it clear what I'm channeling, right? Because often you hear spiritual channels, they're like, yeah, I'm a channeler. It's like, but what are you channeling though? Where are you getting your vibrations from? I channel my higher self, my chi, and the chi in Igbo Odinani philosophy is the part of me that is attached to the great spirit God. So it is in fact God, but my version of it, like the God in me, the God in me. If I'm channeling the Lyrans, the cosmic beings, I will say that as well. So I want to just give that rundown of what light language is and soul song. Because when I first heard of it, I was like, what is this? And I was watching it, and the woman who was doing it she sings light language, and she makes it into music. It's activation music, I think is what she's called. You can Google her. And she was channeling light language from cosmic beings, aka aliens, from Arcturus, I believe. And I sat there and I was like, let me just be open. And as she spoke, I felt the shifts, I felt the energy, and I felt like inside I was translating this unknown language to me, and I could feel it because it was coming from the heart. And so I decided to try it for myself. And what you need to do, and I'm going to share that information with you of how I do it, is getting myself taking 3 deep breaths into a centered place, and then connecting with my heart space, setting the intention to channel my soul song, and then speaking or singing. So try it yourself, and you might be surprised what comes out, even if you don't get it on the first try. You might be surprised. So that is what light language is. That's what soul song is. And I'm being called to channel some light language to help you remember your own soul song if you choose. So, I'm gonna have my celestite here. So open heart, open mind, sit back and relax. And I'm going to channel some light language for you to help you remember your soul song from my chi. tie na mola tie kana. Hiena tie kole tie ka. Hiemole tie na kala tie taya la tie. Kaya na tie kole tie. Mole tie kone ya na koye. Kole tie koene kaya. Kone koye taya kole tie na. Mola tie kana ka. Mola tie kana kaya mola tie. Hie mole tie noye. Kemole tie kanaya. Kaya natie naya komone. Komanatia. Homanatia koletie ke. Kaya latie na. Komone. Komana. Komaletie komaletie. Kaya kaya na kaya. Komanatia. So, that is it. As always, I'm so curious. Comment down below, how that was for you, what you got from it. Part of the translation in English is that we are all connected by the heart and by the soul. So tap into yours and you will know the truth of what I'm saying. Open your heart, open your soul to the language that you know and that you have been born with. Let it flow through you, free. Let it be. Let it be. Part of the translation. So, yes, I'm very curious how that was for you. Comment down below if you're open to sharing. And comment a sparkly star emoji. Sparkles. So, well, in there, as always, thank you, Motly crew. Thank you so much for taking your time, your space, your energy to be here with me. I don't take it for granted. Wherever, whenever you are, do know that I'm sending you so much love. So much. If you are moved by the spirit of generosity, click like and subscribe if you want to be a part of the tribe. And donate if you feel so called to, or get me something off my Amazon wish list. Some good stuff on there. And with that, I leave you. Remember, go outside, get some air, and if you need to, stop scrolling. X out. With love.